My name is Isabella Romano, and this is my research report. The main subject of my research report is how my online environment has helped and hindered my pandemic situation. Throughout the pandemic, I have begun to realize how my biases of education, disability, and the arts have solidified, especially as the pandemic has negatively affected how I utilize them. I only had one field site during the process of my research report, which was my desk at my Uottawa residence. It was a love-hate relationship, as sometimes I found my desk to be too confining, but sadly there was nowhere else to really go. The context of my research report is how reliant I have become on media, especially social media, during this whole pandemic situation. It felt and continues to feel as if everything in the real world is just so still, stuck even, that I've become to see social media and media as my only connection to the world, and even began to feel comforted by the fast-paced algorithms. The style of my data collection is both electronic and hard copy. When I needed pictures or memes, I would use my computer to find and edit them. I would listen to news stories and podcasts that were related to the topics of the research sections to have a better understanding. I would write my notes and findings and my feelings by hand in my notebook, so it was easier to keep track of most of the time. Organizing my data was a work in progress, and honestly, it still is. Even though I used a notebook to keep everything in place, my notes were still scattered, and I relied on my memory more than anything else. I often feel like it's hard to organize my data, as it was mostly about feelings, and my feelings were constantly changing throughout my research process. My final coding charts were divided into 7 sections: media, devices, people, politics, platforms, feelings, and companies, and they ended up to be almost 3 pages long. The patterns I found from my coding chart was that my feelings section was the most dominated, as it had twice the amount of data as the other sections. I found it interesting that the most referred to feeling was love. I was surprised that for a project about media, I had made many connections to books and reading. However, media was the most referenced concept overall. From my research report, despite how much I might have found comfort in social media and media itself, I can say that I have become even more aware of how media is not a place that owes me anything. The reliance on media and social media has caused me so much confusion and overwhelming feelings of doubt and fear that overall I have learned that I cannot be so reliant on media, and I need to use other outlets to learn from in order to make better decisions for myself.